Hey everyone, Matron here bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, this time in the fourth game of the best of 7 series between Kiwikaki spawning as the yellow Protoss and SLush spawning as the orange Zerg. Kiwikaki was able to take the first 3 games of this series, is up 3-0, so SLush is down to his last shot to win this game and extend this series to a 5th game. He must rally here, as Kiwikaki has beaten him quite handily in the first 3 games. Some very creative play from Kiwikaki. It's to be expected, as he is known for some unique builds, unique timing pushes, and so far what he's been able to do with SLush has been masterful. So we see Kiwikaki throwing down this 9 pylon. SLush, for his part, tried to do a little bit of a cheese last time with a hatch canceled into an evolution chamber. He was pretty close in the second game, trying to keep up macro with Kiwikaki, but then eventually went down, and we'll see what he tries to resort to in this game to win it and force another game. So we see the fast drone coming out, both players opening up the same as they have for each of these games so far. Kiwikaki, again, the early scout, he wants to know what his Zerg opponent is going to open up with. Do see 14 drones from SLush, so at this point he needs to make some sort of decision about what his tech path is, or whether he's going to throw down the spawning pool or the hatchery. It looks like he's going to throw down the hatchery, sending out another drone here. It's going to be perfectly timed from Kiwikaki. You're going to be able to see this expansion. Looks like Kiwikaki's going to be able to block it at the last second. SLush just got 300 minerals, so Kiwikaki with some great timing on his scout. Now throwing down that pylon, and he's going to have to cancel here. I'm not really sure about the cancel. That pylon would have completed. It might have forced the cancel of this hatchery. Looks like now he's going to throw down these pylons. SLush is pulling these drones down, but they're not going to be able to push through these pylons before they get up. And if he expects that the forge is here, which it is, he's going to have to cancel his hatchery, as he's not going to be able to take on this cannon behind the pylon here. SLush has not yet thrown down the spawning pool as well. So right now, just with drones and this hatchery, and it's going to be a shame if he has to cancel this. So this photon cannon is going to come in, just about 15 units worth more of time, and SLush is going to have no choice. I do not see how he's going to be able to keep this hatchery. All he's producing so far is drones and no spawning pool yet. He's very low on minerals. As we see, this cannon does come up and begins work on that hatchery, and it is finally canceled, and he's going to lose this drone to that cannon. He's very far behind, just now getting up this spawning pool almost 4 minutes into the game. So Kiwikaki is very far ahead. He does have this gateway, which is coming up. He has not gone down the usual gateway cybernetics tech path yet, because he did open up with that fast forge. We do see that SLush has actually thrown down another hatchery in a different spot, so he is determined to get up those 2 bases quickly, and he won't be too far behind if he's able to get this up and saturated. So we see that Kiwikaki does not know about this base yet, so he's not going to do any sort of harassment, and SLush may be able to recover if he can get enough drones on that second base. See, Kiwikaki is throwing up the cannon just for extra protection, and again going into this cybernetics core. Out comes the Zealot. He is going to use it to wall off here, so no Zerglings will be able to come by. Do see SLush just on the 1 gas right now, going for a Roach Warren as well, which is not something we've seen him go much into in these first 3 games. We do see Kiwikaki on 2 gas right now, so very early 2 gas for him, especially now that his cybernetic score is just coming up. We'll see whether he goes for an early Stargate, perhaps an early Twilight Council, or maybe even a robotics facility. Looks like it is going to be the Stargate, double Stargate coming from Kiwikaki. So very aggressive here. I have to think that he will be using Phoenix early on against SLush, being the Zerg player. And one thing is, these roaches are not going to do anything against those Phoenix. SLush is deciding to go for a fast lair here, and he just does have the 2 roaches coming out. So a queen at each of these hatcheries, not yet saturated on this second hatchery, very light on defense. He's not going to be able to do much with this cannon until he takes it down with these roaches. So Kiwikaki may feel like he has SLush contained, but SLush was able to break out to this expansion and now is getting up to lair tech. We'll see if he's able to make a dent in Kiwikaki's large lead. Kiwikaki does not yet have an expansion, but it looks like he's throwing down a pylon here, maybe preparing to expand. As out comes the Phoenix for Kiwikaki. Looks like he's doing one Phoenix, one Void Ray, which is very powerful against Zerg as well, as you're going to be able to charge up that Void Ray, and then once the Queen engages, you can pick up the Queen with the Phoenix and focus it down with the Void Ray. So we see the Void Ray being chronoed out, so it's going to come out right on time with the Phoenix. Phoenix is going to have to wait for his Void Ray buddy a little bit slower, but they are going to be able to make it over to SLush's base quite fast here. About 8 minutes into the game, SLush is going to see these air units, and he's not going to be very happy. Right now throwing down a Hydralisk Den, so it's a good response, just blindly throwing down the Hydra Den. It's going to be able to help with these Phoenix and Void Ray pressure. So you see the Queen does move out of the way, but it is going to give this Void Ray a chance to charge up on this hatchery. The Roaches are going to run away so that they cannot be focused down by the Void Ray. The Void Ray is fully charged now. Not really sure why the Queen came in so late. Looks like we have another Queen coming from the high ground, and finally going to try to focus down, but oh no, the Queen is going to be able to picked up by this Phoenix and focused down by the fully charged Void Ray. Queen will go down. It's not going to be able to take down this Phoenix. Great micro by Kiwikaki, pulling that Phoenix back, and these Hydralisks are popping at the last possible second and have to force off that Void Ray. The Void Ray is not able to finish off that Queen. We do see a transfuse from the Queen up above onto this Queen, so not much of a dent in SLush, just halfway done his hatchery there, but for now he does have these Hydralisks. He can defend. We'd like to see some creep tumors being spread with these Hydralisks and Roaches. He's going to have to connect these bases, especially against the air attack from Kiwikaki. See more and more Hydralisks coming. No Hydralisks in the main right now, so Kiwikaki could try to attack, swing around to this main. We see another hatchery going down for SLush. It's a very aggressive expansion here. Kiwikaki has gotten up his natural as well, cannoned off this ramp, maybe going for some 2-base play, now getting up a robotics facility. So it looks like we have a fleet of Phoenix coming in. It's going to be able to do a lot of economic damage, picking up these drones, just one-shotting the drones with that fleet of Phoenix. Also going to be able to focus down these Overlords. This is not something that SLush can afford, as every Overlord that Kiwikaki is able to take down is 2 drones that SLush could be creating and placing on that 3rd expansion. So we see this Queen go down, also going to put SLush back in the macro game. This hatchery about to come up for SLush, as we see nothing he can do right now to take on these Phoenix with the 1 Queen down and the slow movement of those Hydralisks. Just free reign for these Phoenix coming in. If we look at the income tab, just 24 harvesters for SLush. So he's about to be on 3 bases with 24 harvesters. He is going to try to drone up, but he also has to defend against these Phoenix. It looks like he's going to move out with these Hydralisks, try to press Kiwikaki and see if he has any sort of defense or if he's been all in with the Phoenix. Kiwikaki does have these 6 cannons at the front now, so completely walled off. He is going to be able to get out just from this side, but these Hydralisks are not going to be able to take on these cannons, and SLush is going to have to back off or else he's going to lose all these forces. The Phoenix much faster than the Hydralisk off creep, so Kiwikaki could be doing